Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Vampyr. Ja, die letzte Folge ist schon wieder ein Tag her, ne? Ich muss mir mal ein bisschen wieder zurechtfinden. Was haben wir gemacht? Wir müssen... Ich weiß nicht mehr, was wir genau gemacht haben. Wir waren, glaube ich, auf dem Weg, wie es die Quest uns auch schon sagt, auf dem Weg zum guten alten heiligen East End... Nee, zu Sean Hampton, ne? Oh, zu Sean Hampton wollten wir an den East End Docks. Warum liegt hier eine... Wir waren das nicht. Wir waren das definitiv nicht. Warte mal, da ist nochmal eine wunderschöne Tonne. Die nehmen wir auch mit. So, haben wir hier sonst was? Auch wieder ein zerrissenes Bild. Ansonsten aber nichts. Alles klar, dann gehen wir mal weiter. Ich sehe gerade, unser Leben war ein bisschen low. Aber wir hatten nichts mit der Leiche zu tun, definitiv nicht. Oh Mann, das... Oh, come on. Gibt's doch nicht. Oh Mann, das sind schon wieder welche, ne? Ich kann leider nicht anders.
Steady, boys!
Ich wollte eigentlich mit einem Stöckchen. Ich brauche hier noch ein bisschen Leben, mein Freund. Ach, come on, ich bin doch ausgewichen. Demonstrant dein ganzes Leben. Oh, Mann. Okay, ich habe nicht alles verlernt. Aber wir werden zu einem der Mörder, die wir jagen. Aber Chase, die greifen uns an. Die haben es nicht anders verdient. So, warte mal, wo müssen wir jetzt hin? Ach, weiter in die Richtung. Und die East End Docks, ne, also an den Docks, das ist einfach ein gefährliches Pflaster, da haben sie damit rechnen müssen. Oh, da drüben ist schon wieder einer. Oh Mann. Nee, da gehen wir mal nicht hin. Sollen wir hier noch irgendwo eine Mülltonne oder irgendwas? Nee, sieht nicht danach aus. Limehouse Dock. Okay, warte mal. Okay, die wollen uns nicht angreifen. Mal eine nette Abwechslung, wieder normale Menschen.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Ja, ein ganz netter Kerl, ne? Fragen wir ihn mal klassisch nach seinem Leben in London. Sie sind in einer Bürgerwehr.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
Mhm. Und zu welcher Gang gehörst du dann, wenn die Polizei nicht das Sagen hat?
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
Mhm. Er ist von sich überzeugt. Selbstvertrauen hat er.
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
Fragen wir mal ein bisschen über den Teil der
What
Stadt
can you
aus.
tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Was haben wir da jetzt für ein Detail? Booth ist in Edwina Cox verliebt, der wahren Anführerin der Gang. Ah, das ist wahrscheinlich eh die Dame, die gleich da gegenüber steht. Alles klar. Okay, weitere Hinweise brauchen wir noch. Fragen wir ihn einfach mal nach Sean Hampton. Vielleicht weiß er was.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Okay, dann mal auf Wiedersehen, mein
Goodbye,
Freund.
Mr. Digby.
Okay, das ist die,
Good evening, miss.
die von der er geredet hat.
May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, miss.
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Die Anführerin der Gang. Mal über den, na klassisch, übers Leben in London. Erzählen Sie mal was über Ihre Arbeit.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
Sie sind eine ziemlich schonungslose Frau, ne?
You're quite blunt, aren't you?
I like people who know what they want and say what they think. This is a time of great opportunity for those ready to embrace their destiny.
Aber ich habe keinerlei Interesse, ne?
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
Ja, also Kugeln sind genauso effektiv gegen Krankheiten und Seuchen wie Gebete. Also sehr.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Ist das nicht ein bisschen übertrieben?
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
Wir denken, Sie an jemand Bestimmtes?
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
Ganz bestimmt. Haben wir... Weil der Leben in London haben wir nichts weiteres. Da fehlt noch ein Hinweis. Persönliche Fragen. Über den Mann, den Sie umgebracht haben, können Sie über den was erzählen?
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
Und was genau ist passiert?
What happened exactly?
I don't know and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard. But he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory and this is our law.
Plagt sie Gewissen nicht?
And your conscience is clear. You kill without hesitation.
Violence is an efficient tool, Dr. Reed, when used properly.
So you decide who lives and who dies, just like that.
Yes, Doctor. Just like that. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's my way of dealing with troublemakers.
Ja, Auge um Auge, Zahn um Zahn, ne? Das ist halt immer das Gleiche bei denen. Wie stehen Sie eigentlich zu Mr. Booth Digby?
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Ja. Ich bin nicht leicht zu schockieren. Ja, ich glaube, sie haben ihn manipuliert, ne? Weil, ja, mit den Waffen einer Frau.
I believe you manipulated Booth Digby to get everything you wanted from him, both inside and outside the bedroom.
The poor bastard is good to me, if you must know. He makes me feel good. And that's a first.
So you're just like any other couple, after all, are you not?
Yeah, we're so ordinary that I'd put a bullet in his head if he ever cheated on me.
Okay. Edwina mag zwar in Booth Digby verliebt sein, aber sie ist die wahre Anführerin der Gang. Haben kürzlich einen Mann aus Rache getötet. Edwina verdächtigt Booth Digby der Untreue. Einen Hinweis brauchen wir noch. Aber wir brauchen auch Bannstufe 5, ne? Also es dauert noch ein bisschen, bis wir die aus dem Verkehr ziehen können. Ihn brauchen wir Stufe 4, für sie Stufe 5. Oh Mann. Wir haben jetzt Stufe 2. Fragen wir sie mal nach Sean Hampton.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Goodbye,
Okay.
Miss Cox.
Also so unbedingt helfen konnte sie uns jetzt aber nicht, ne? Ja, sammle Informationen. Da drüben ist noch jemand.
Been a while since we've seen any new faces around here.
Leute, was ist denn hier passiert?
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
A vampire? Whatever do you mean?
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Ja, ein bisschen ist er noch hier. Und zum Glück ist es wenigstens dann keine Sauerei, ne?
Dog is back. And hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth? Claws? Murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady. Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
Ja, die Vampire sind näher als du denkst, mein Freund. Erzähl mir mal ein bisschen was über dich. Über diese Nachbarschaft zum Beispiel.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Poor boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
Ja, so ganz Unrecht hast du ja nicht, ne? Kannst du mal was über deine Arbeit erzählen?
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Mhm. Woran erkennen Sie denn einen Vampir?
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Ja, ja. Also das mit dem Knoblauch, das kann ich abstreiten, ne? Also Knoblauch, der ist einfach nur lecker, aber sonst auch nichts. Mit den Kruzifixen, ja, das ist schon so eine Sache, aber das mit den, wir dürfen nicht ungebeten ins Haus rein, das muss ich auch abstreiten. Brauchen Sie eventuell Hilfe bei der Jagd?
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
Das machen wir doch gerne, ne? Okay, wir brauchen weitere Hinweise. Persönliche Fragen, haben wir da was? Oh, über die Wache von Breven.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Waren Sie vielleicht mal in der Versuchung beizutreten?
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
Also, Lone Wolf. Und Sie jagen komplett alleine, oder wie?
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Also deine Beobachtungsgabe, mein Freund, die ist halt echt nicht so das Gelbe vom Ei. Muss ich ganz ehrlich sagen. Kennen Sie vielleicht Sean Hampton? Ich würde nach ihm suchen.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Okay, ich respektiere Ihre Zurückweisung.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Kann mir vielleicht irgendjemand helfen, Sean Hampton zu finden?
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Okay, Tom Watts, den kennen wir ja schon.
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Genau, Turquoise Pub, ne? Reden wir mal mit Tom.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Haben wir irgendwelche neuen Infos? Über diesen Stadtteil? Haben wir ihn noch nicht ausgefragt?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's not that bad. Thanks to people like the sad saint of the East End.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own private holy figure. Few are foolish enough to make peace with the gangs. Sean is one of them.
So ein Zufall, dass er uns zuerst über Sean Hampton erzählt, nachdem wir gerade suchen. Wie können Sie diesen Ort geöffnet lassen?
How is it you can keep this place open? This part of town doesn't seem particularly safe.
Well, since everybody needs a drink, my pub is considered neutral ground by most groups.
Ja, es ist eh gut, ne? Dass du wenigstens irgendwo eine Zufluchtsort hast, wo einfach kein Krieg geführt wird. Sind Sie eine wichtige Persönlichkeit?
You're something of a figurehead around here.
I'm only pouring alcohol for everyone to forget their troubles. Sean Hampton is the one giving them long-term hope.
Ja, Sean ist ja der... Ah, stimmt, das war ja der, was ihm komplett ausgetickt ist und sich verwandelt hat, ne? Viele Meinungen.
I see. So you get pressure from all sides about how this place should be run, do you?
Or something like that. Nothing that a few wise words and a bottle of gin can't solve.
Gibt es etwas, das ich tun kann?
Since I'm here, is there anything I can do?
Well, perhaps, Doctor. Peace partly depends on my stock of gin. With the epidemic, my supplies are running low.
How could a physician help you in this matter?
I have a small warehouse just past the quarantine line. Perhaps, with you being a doctor, you could go there and come back?
Doctors aren't immune to disease, you know. Very well. Show me where it is. I'll see what I can do.
Oh, thank you, sir. Here's the key to get in. You're about to save many dry throats.
Okay, jetzt sind wir zum, jetzt können wir rumlaufen, toll. Und Gin holen. Und den müssen wir dann auch noch abliefern und dürfen ihn nicht selbst austrinken auf dem Weg dorthin. Schade. Aber du hast ihn ja schon vorhin erwähnt, den guten alten Sean Hampton, ne? Also ich würde nach ihm suchen.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
Ja, also, verschwunden ist so eine Sache, ne? Ist er denn vielleicht zu seinen Schäfchen zurückgekehrt?
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
Ich muss ihn wirklich schnell finden,
The
ne?
important thing is I find him quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Alles klar, wir haben seinen Aufenthaltsort. Sehr schön.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
So können wir mit den anderen vielleicht was Neues.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
Das ist gut, er hat uns komplett vergessen. Aber was machen Sie eigentlich beruflich, Dyson? Verkaufen Sie zufälligerweise Staubsauger oder Besen?
What do you do for a living, Mr. Delaney?
I drink. I drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night. And then I drink some more.
Klingt, also warum trinken Sie überhaupt so viel?
Why do you drink so much?
Maybe it's because I prefer dying slowly. Death can be so abrupt. Personally, I like to see mine coming at my own pace.
You sound very sad, sir.
That's because I am Doc.
Aber wie können Sie sich den ganzen Alkohol überhaupt leisten? Arbeiten Sie überhaupt? Klingt nämlich nicht so.
Don't you work at all?
I'd love to, but I don't have the time. Didn't I tell you? Drink in the morning and at noon. I drink at night.
Ja, verständlich, verständlich. Also wenn ich morgens, mittags und abends trinken muss, ne? Quasi saufen morgens, mittags, abends, dann ist halt einfach keine Zeit mehr da, um zu arbeiten. Das ist absolut verständlich und nachvollziehbar. Mögen Sie etwas an diesem Bezirk besonders?
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly, so joyful.
Mhm. Warum sind Sie denn so zynisch, Mr. Dyson?
Why are you so cynical?
Cynicism is the polite way to express despair, Doctor.
Alles klar. Es gibt also keinerlei Grund zur Freude, oder wie?
No reason at all to rejoice, then? Life is hopeless and then we die, is that it?
Let me tell you a story.
Mhm. Erzähl mal.
All right. Go on.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. Bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn streetlight.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you?
I've lost everything. But you know what the worst part is? I don't even remember where it happened. I've drunk so much to forget it. And now I can't remember where it was. I can't pay my homage to the dead.
I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Mhm. Also das Trinken, um zu vergessen, hat in deinem Fall wirklich geholfen. Mögen Sie etwas in diesem Bezirk? Das haben wir ja schon gefragt, oder?
In particular that you like about this part of town?
How dare you?
Ja, keinen Grund zur Freude. Ja, das kennen wir schon. Persönliche Fragen. Hatten Sie denn als junger Mann Träume? Er ist ja noch immer jung.
Surely you must
Nur
have
betrogen.
had dreams and expectations when you were young, like everybody else.
Sure, I wanted things to change. To really change, and to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Ja, was so hart wie du gefallen bist, ne, dann musst du halt echt einen Riesentraum gehabt haben. Waren Sie mal ein Idealist oder wie?
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is honorable.
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that exclusive property is a robbery in nature. I wanted a new world to rise from the ashes, Dr. Reed.
Mhm. Halten Sie die Welt wirklich für so schlecht?
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No, I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure, but others will come.
Mhm. Erzählen Sie mir von Ihrer Jugend als Anarchist. Muss bestimmt spannend gewesen sein, ne?
I want to know more about your past as an anarchist, Dyson.
I'm still an anarchist, Doctor, make no mistake. I just reject violence as a tool to change the world, unlike my comrades.
Haben Sie noch Kontakt zu Ihren Kameraden?
Do you still see your comrades, then? Even if you don't agree with their methods anymore, I mean.
No. I hope they'll come to share my point of view one day. I'll raise my glass to that splendid idea.
Mhm. Glauben Sie an eine friedliche Revolution?
Do you believe in a bloodless revolution, then?
I do not believe in much anymore, Doctor. But I'll admit I like your idea of peaceful change. I like it a lot.
Ich habe so das Gefühl, er erinnert sich an gar nichts mehr, ne? Nach Sean Hampton, wir wissen ja schon, wo er ist mittlerweile, ne? Aber vielleicht weiß er ja mehr.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint? I'll try asking Tom what's about him.
Okay. Ja, also alle verweisen auf Tom.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
I should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not.
Können wir mit dir was Neues reden?
Miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
Warum? Inwiefern haben wir ein Chaos hinterlassen? Über die Docks, über diesen Pub? Ja, fragen wir mal über die Docks, aber ich glaube, das haben wir ja schon gesprochen, ne? Persönliche Sachen. Wo kommen Sie denn her?
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Ja, es tut mir echt leid, ihr wollt sie jetzt echt nicht verärgern. Ich war einfach nur neugierig.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London. And here I am.
Ich verurteile niemanden nach der Hautfarbe, ne?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the color of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
Das war damals, glaube ich, noch schlimmer, als es zurzeit ist. Aber es ist ein Thema, das wird noch lange, lange ja, die Menschheit verfolgen und unter uns weilen. Leider Gottes. Sabrina, kannst du mal ein bisschen was über die Docks erzählen?
What can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
Okay. Es fühlt sich keiner sicher.
So you and your friends all feel in danger? No exceptions?
Tom's the only exception I've come across until now. But he's not like everybody else.
Ja, der ist ein bisschen wahnsinniger, ist Tom schon.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
Ich hoffe, das bleibt so, ne? Die Bar ist ein neutraler Ort. Hat uns ja Tom schon gesagt.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Na, klingt doch gut. Ihr Boss muss gut verhandeln können.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Na, klingt doch nicht schlecht. Aber Tom und Frieden, ne, der hat ein bisschen randaliert. Oh, der hat im Krankenhaus ja echt einiges aufgeführt. Ich bin gespannt, wie es dem geht, ob der verwandelt ist oder sonst. Oh, da ist ja noch ein Raum. Da ist abgeschlossen. Dann können wir mal nach oben schauen. Ja, ziemlich gefährlich, die Zigarre hier einfach brennen zu lassen, ne? Ah, okay, dann kommen wir hier. Ah, alles klar. Und da war ja das Zimmer, wo wir Dr. Swanson zum ersten Mal getroffen haben. Alles klar. So, wir müssen die Docks runter Richtung Westen und wenn wir am Ende vom Bier sind, dann müssen wir Richtung Norden gehen. Dann sollten wir Sean Hampton finden. Aber das Ganze machen wir in der nächsten Folge von Vampyr. Ja, es ist relativ viel Reden, aber ich finde es relativ spannend, wie alle verknüpft sind, wie alle verstehen. Man findet immer wieder was Neues über die Menschen raus. Und ich finde das super, super spannend. Ich bin gespannt, ob wir schauen. Also ich dachte eigentlich, vielleicht sehen wir ihn in dieser Folge schon, aber ja, wir haben uns da ein bisschen verquatscht, ein bisschen verzettelt. Das heißt, in der nächsten Folge geht's ab zu Sean. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zuschauen, fürs Dabeisein und tschö mit Ö.